Hey guys, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So I told you guys that I'm going to be making a video where I show you guys how to make wood ash lye soap. And one of the things about that is my great-grandma and my great-great-grandma, they used to make their soaps in something called wash pots. So they're kind of like cauldrons, so that's how you can remember them. Those were cast iron pots that you could use to make soap in. But my grandparents had a wash pot, but wash pots are huge. But my aunt let me borrow this cast iron pot here today. It is not as big as a wash pot, but it is still big, and it is a cast iron pot. But what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be restoring this cast iron pot because it is very rusty. It hasn't been used in a while. Of course, this is old. This is not something that a lot of modern people be using today. But I'm going to be doing a restoration project on this. So I've got a lid, and we've got this whole pot right here. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using white vinegar, soap, and a lot of elbow grease to try to get some of this off. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So stick around and let's see how we can get this done. So I've got the vinegar in here, and I know I have to let this kind of sit some, but we're just going to start doing this and kind of going as we go. And if you're wondering, I have a lot of vinegar because, of course, I'm a soap maker. I use that a lot. And I'm going to put some soap in here. I have watched some videos on this to try to learn some more about this. And if the camera ever fogs up, it doesn't look like it is right now, but it is like upper 80s today in Virginia, and it's very humid. So if the camera fogs up, that's why. Yeah, as you can see, this is a very rusty pot. It's old, and it hasn't been used, so that's why. And like I said, you guys, I'm going to be working on my wood ash soap video, so if you have any stories you'd like me to include, because like I said, I'm going to be using this to make my video. So it's going to be cool, and I hope you guys check it out once it's done. Got our Brillo pad out. There's some type of sticky stuff here at the bottom. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna let that sit a little. I'm gonna start scrubbing on this pan, this lid right here. Okay, I took a little break because it's hot. My dad brought me some water. He was a little worried that I was gonna get too hot. But I let the vinegar sit some more, so I'm gonna get back to scrubbing. I would do this inside, but because it's such a big pot, it's gonna make a mess. So ideally you wouldn't let it get like this. You'd season it and keep it from rusting, but it's okay. Try to work on this. There's a gunky part in here. I might have to get some baking soda out, something more abrasive to get that off. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can, let me, there was a pool of vinegar sitting. I just got a very funny look from somebody on the road. But there was a pool of vinegar sitting on this lid, and where it was sitting is a lot more stripped than the rest of it. Well, because this is a lid with a little handle, so it's not sitting evenly. And from what I've heard, the reason that we're using vinegar is because vinegar and soap are things you want to avoid with cast iron, because they strip the seasoning and the seal that you want to have. So, but we want to strip the rust off, so that's why we're doing this. So here, this is after I let my vinegar soak sit for a little bit. My vinegar, water, and my little bit of soap in there, I let it sit for a while. And then we came back, and my dad decided to help me. He got out his drill, and he used the wire brush attachment to drill off the rust that had been stripped by the vinegar soap. And this was really nice because we didn't have to wet it anymore, because after a certain point you want to just let it dry, and more moisture and water will rust the pot even more. So I like the wire brush. So we did this in a couple rounds, just charging the drill, going over the inside. We did some on the inside, the outside, on the lid, on the outside of the lid, the whole thing. So he helped me with this. Thank you. So he used the wire drill to get some of the stuff off. This also helped to get that gooey stuff I told you that was on the bottom. It's probably some old oil or something like that that was on the bottom, but that immediately just ground that all off. So that was really good to be able to just get all of that off and grind the rust off without having to scrub so hard manually and without getting it wet even more. And then we used the drill to do that, and then just wiped it out with a towel, the droppings and the dust from the rust that came off. So we did this in a couple of different rounds because this pot is really rusty. So we did this on the inside and the outside. We did use some oil to grease the inside and the outside, the whole pot, because we're still going to work on it, but we want to make sure we oil it and start seasoning it so it can not, so it won't rust anymore, because that is the opposite of what we want. We want to restore it, not for it to rust more. What we're going to do is next week, we're going to cook the pot on fire to help cure it. So that's going to be what we're going to be doing next week. But this is how the pot looks now. This is the before and this is the after. So the pot looks really good. We've done a lot of progress on it. It looks amazing. The inside is like the inside has like no rust on it anymore, and we're still gonna work on cooking it and firing it to cure it, and also I've heard that you can burn off any extra rust that is on there. So we are going to use that with the chimney. I have a chimney outside, so we are going to do that. So that is how the pot looks. So using a vinegar scrub / soak, and then we use the wire brush on a drill to grind off all of the rust that was left on it. So it's really good. I'm really happy with how it came out. So yeah. So I'm not that sweaty. I wet myself with the hose because it was hot. So what I'm going to do now, sorry about the wind chimes, it's windy. I have a jar of water and some scissors. I'm going to cut some flowers around the house, and I'm going to make a little bouquet because I love little bouquets, and the stuff is blooming in our flower beds and stuff like that. So I'm going to go around and pick some things to make a little bouquet in the house. So that's what I'm going to do, and yeah. These are some hydrangeas. So these are white. I think we have some blue ones, but I don't know. Hydrangeas are my favorite flower, so I'm probably going to make these a statement. So I'm going to get probably a couple of these nice bigger ones. Ain't that pretty? This is some Russian sage. This to me looks like lavender, but it's Russian sage. So I'm gonna get a couple bits of this because I think the purple will look good with the white. It's a very like dainty flower. Smells really good. It's pretty. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's pretty. Okay, I'm back. I did take a shower because I smell a lot like vinegar. So I got some hydrangeas here. I've got some Russian sage, 2 different colors of yarrow, and a couple of different other things. So I've got this vase here that I'm going to make my little arrangement from. So I'm going to take my hydrangea. Like I said, this is my favorite flower. So I'm going to make this the statement for this. Put it in our vase. That looks good. I'm gonna put some of the Russian sage in next. So that's what it looks like. It looks a lot like lavender to me, but they are very pretty. And my favorite hydrangeas are the blue ones. We have some, like I said, I think we've got some, but I don't know much. I know it depends on your soil, so we'll have to see about that. I'm going to stick my other hydrangea in here. Take some of these leaves off so I can fit more. Tell me down below what your favorite flowers are, because I love the hydrangeas. They're so pretty. Poinsettias are beautiful during Christmas, of course, so I love those. Well, Christmas is my favorite season, so anything to do with Christmas is kind of like a given. I'm going to spread out some more of these Russian sage in the middle, because I have another white flower in here that I want to use, but I don't want all the white to be next to each other. So I'm going to put the white on the edges here where the other white isn't. And we have our two different types of yarrow here. So we've got this very light, I think this is like a very light pink one, and then we have a more dark pink one. So I'm going to put these in here too. I'm probably going to put the darker pink one in the middle because I like how this color looks, this pink here. And I'm going to put some of the other pink around the edges of the hydrangea. So here is the arrangement. This is what it looks like. It's simple, but I think it's cute. So now I'm going to be boxing some soap. So this is a exciting little thing that we're doing today. So one of the things that we've been trying to do for Cadence Rose is give back to our community. So over the past month, and we did some of this last year, we have donated soaps to things and people in need. So that's what I'm going to be boxing today. We are going to be doing a 96 soap donation to a cancer fundraiser near in our local town of Danville. So that's what we're going to be boxing, 96 soaps for donations. So these are 2 boxes here that we're going to put these in, and yeah. So I'm going to put 6 orange turmeric in each box. So what we've been doing, so we've done this a couple of times already. So back in 2024, when Hurricane Helene hit North Carolina, we gave some soaps. We donated a good amount of soaps to somebody who's going to take them to the Hurricane Helene victims. And we donated some toiletry items like toothpaste and toothbrushes. A month or 2 ago, we donated, I'm going to put 6 apples and rosemary in each box. A couple months ago, we donated some soaps to a non-profit organization that helps families and babies in Washington. We donated some soaps to them, and locally we met at we did a market here, and we met this group who they do events and activities for local single moms. This is local in Virginia. So we gave them some soaps. We put 6 Raven Marble in each box. We also did recently, we gave some soaps to a local, this is someplace in Virginia, another center, a nonprofit center that helps babies and children and families. And then we also donated to a facility like that in Ohio. So we've done some donations across the U.S., across a couple states. And so we're going to be doing this donation. So yeah, this is really cool. It is a nice cancer fundraiser, and these are going to be given out. I'm going to put 6 vanilla salt bars in each box. So these are full bars of soap. These are really good products, and I hope that they love them. I'm going to go grab some more. So these boxes both hold 48, so this is going to be 96. That's why it's an odd number. But, so I'm going to get some more soaps to put in here. So I've got 6 lavender and lang lang. I'm going to put 6 in each box. I'm going to put 6 clean mud soaps in each box. And yeah, this is our soaps. So 96 soaps will be going out the door soon. This fundraiser is in a couple of months, but we're going to go ahead and get this ready so that they can come and get it. And yeah, so 96 soaps are going out the door. So I'm going to keep on working on that cast iron pot, and I made my arrangement, I did this. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below where you're from. I love to see that, and stay tuned for the next video.